A Victorian Supreme Court judge has hit out at an attempt by the Liberal Party members to block the $1.5 million bailout of John Pesutto, calling it flawed and half-baked. Now, this application was adjourned in court, meaning this saga will now drag on into next month. And it was brought by some members of the party after this loan was approved, an extraordinary meeting. Joining me now is Stephanie Bastiaan from Women's Forum Australia. Stephanie, great to see you. I guess the Liberal Party executive was hoping that this would end the whole ordeal. Clearly, some members aren't happy about the loan, but now it looks like we're still going to be talking about this ugly affair for some time. And your view was loaning John Pesutto the money ever going to put a full stop at the end of this topic?
Well, good evening, Caroline. Great to join you. I think there's a great deal of unrest about how this has unfolded. There seems to be a lot of information missing, even to members of the Administrative Committee before the matter went to a vote. There seems to be a lack of information about interest rates, what happens if he defaults. So I really think that Colleen Harkin is brave in the sense that she has taken this to a step of going to court because she wants to protect the Liberal Party's money. This money's come from hardworking volunteers that have invested in the Liberal Party. And I think there's also a great deal of concern about the fact that he is being bailed out at some sort of forgiveness by the party, because what he did was frankly disgraceful. This was not some error that made it to court. This whole thing was contrived from the beginning. He tried to sack his colleague to destroy her career based on her views on women's sex-based rights. Had he apologised or settled the matter, or even if it had been some other situation where he just simply got it wrong, there'd be a lot more sympathy. But I think the way that this is A, played out, and B, now this funding rammed through has left a bad taste in many Liberal Party members' mouths.
Yeah, and it appears, I mean, the loan apparently has already been transferred into Moira Deeming's account. So it's not really clear what the court will be able to do at this stage. But how do you think it's going to impact the party more widely? Already we're hearing all these stories about a women's problem. Surely this isn't going to help. There's talk about quotas needed for the Liberal Party. I don't know what your view about quotas is. I've just spoken to 4 women in politics who don't support them.
Well, I don't support quotas either. I think the merit-based system works quite well. Quite frankly, I think this whole quotas issue that seems to have taken off is a distraction from the fact that the Liberal Party is lacking in an understanding of its values and its policy base. Quotas, in my view, will not flip a single vote. There were many good female candidates running in seats like Kooyong and Wentworth that simply didn't get elected. I think the party can probably do better in the way that it treats its women if they want to deal with its women problem. I mean, you saw in the lead up to the election, they were too scared to even say what a woman was. They ran away from women's sex-based rights. That would be a starting point. Second to that, the way that they treat women who are standing up for these issues is appalling, from Kath Deves to obviously Moira Deeming. So they've got a lot of work to do internally. I feel like this whole quotas issue has just become a distraction from the elephant in the room, that they have all these internal issues. They need to go back to their basics, to their founding values, and go from there.
Such a good point. And I do note that the BBC even had an anchor this week and is standing by her for refusing to use the phrase pregnant people and correcting it to women. Unfortunately, we don't have more time to talk about that, but really appreciate your thoughts, Stephanie Bastiaan. Thank you for your time.